The next hosting shift. Right now we have Joester98 running Pac-Man World. Let's go.
All right, here we go. So I'm Joester98. I ran Mort the Chicken a couple days ago. Hopefully you caught that because it was hysterical. Want to do a roll call on the couch?
I'm WedSR.
And I'm Nitrofski.
All right, real quick before we start, I want to give a shout out to my good pal Saboom on the back couch, who actually gave me a factory sealed copy of this game the other day. What a legend. Woo! All right, so we're gonna be doing any percent here. I ran this a couple years ago at SGDQ2019. The game has changed quite a bit since then. Actually, most of the changes came within like 48 hours of that run being finished. But for now, let's get started if we're ready for a countdown. Good. All right, we're going in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right, so if you've ever seen a Crash Bandicoot speedrun, the movement tech in this game will look pretty familiar. It's a trick called zigzagging. So for whatever reason, Pac-Man in this game moves faster in diagonal directions. And so by alternating diagonals back and forth, you can keep the diagonal movement speed boost while still traveling in a straight line. So you can't see my hands on the camera right now, but I'm just, obliterating the D-pad, and I'm going to be doing that the entire game. And the faster I do that, the faster I will go and the more time I will save. And it completely breaks the game open because there's a lot of jumps that you're really not supposed to make, like that one. That just becomes so much easier when you can zigzag because you just get enormous amounts of speed.
Now, something actually super unique with this game, especially for its time, is that it has highly remappable control schemes. So you're able to actually put whatever buttons you want to whatever kind of sections of the controller, allowing for a lot of adaptability for controls in the game.
All right, almost died at the end of that level, no big deal. So that was Buccaneer Beach. That's just like a tutorial level to teach you kind of what the game is, how to play it. Nothing too special. But now we actually start getting into some real levels here. So this is Corsair's Cove, first real level. So I'm actually going to be collecting stuff here, which you may think, wait, this is an any percent run. Why would you be doing that? Well, I'll explain in a bit, but what I'm going to be doing here is I'm going to be collecting the 6 Pac-Man letters. So every level except that first one has 6 letters that spell out Pac-Man. So there's the P right there. And if you collect all of them, you get to go to a bonus round. And the bonus rounds in this game, unfortunately or fortunately for us, have a massive oversight that allows for large portions of the game to be skipped when you access them. So I'll explain that when I actually get to one. It'll be coming up at the end of this level. Just bouncing off a couple barrels here to skip up a few cycles. Nice. All right, coming up we have the first out of bounds in the run. This is hilariously easy. I don't know why it's possible, but you can do this at home, is you just bounce here and you go out of bounds, and that lets you skip around to this platform. That actually saves like 30 seconds, and it's really easy. So I would recommend doing it because it's way better than doing that casually.
For some reason, it's like the only spot in that area too that has an invisible wall low enough to go up. And it's so convenient that it's placed right there.
So right here I picked up a key. So the key is actually, each world has one key, and I'm going to use it to save one of my friends, and that's the actual only requirement to beat the game, is save all 6 of my friends. There isn't a strict hard-coded, you must beat this level requirement in the game to beat it. I just have to save all 6 of my friends. All right. So I beat that level with all 6 Pac-Man letters, so lets me go to a bonus round here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna exit level because I don't wanna be in here. So now, because I exited level out of a bonus round, the game is a little confused because it's not sure if I actually completed the bonus round or not, so it still thinks I'm in a bonus round. So I'm gonna go into this level and run off the edge. And so now the game thinks, oh, you died in this level's bonus round instead. And so I just skipped that level immediately. So, so that was, about a 30-second detour in the previous level to get those letters, and I just skipped a level that takes over 2 minutes long. So it's well worth it. I'll do that 3 more times in this run. All right, this is Crazy Cannonade. This level is way too hard for the 3rd level in the game. I have seen many a blind race just game over here and people just give up. This level's kind of heavily cycle-based, so I'm just trying to catch specific cycles when I go through. There isn't a whole lot more to it, so you can read a couple donations while we go through here.
Sure thing. We have $20 from Kato Poke Nerd. Insert witty comment here. It's late and I'm tired. I can't come up with everything myself. Good luck on the Pac-Man World run, and let's get that Celeste bonus run.
Agreed, and thank you.
We have $20 from Sonora Size that says, thank you, GDQ, for being such an awesome entity in support for charity. $200 from Cheeple. Can't wait for the Pokemon. Let's get to the speedrunning.
All right. Ooh, I could die here. Okay, we're fine. I missed the backup here because I got stuck on the enemy. I'll just have to wait an extra cycle. It's no big deal. You saw back there I ledge grabbed that one cannon. That was lucky because the ledge grab in this game is terrible. I'll explain more about that later. Ooh, almost slid off that. All right, so this is the final section of the level. This is just a vertical climb. At the top, I'm going to be rescuing my first friend, who's Puka, which is actually the main character from Dig Dug. So shout outs to Dig Dug. Great game. There we go. There he is. He's happy to see us. And then every friend you save gives you a full health refill. And since I really want full health for the next level, I just wait a second to grab that and then exit level. Because again, I don't actually have to beat levels in order to access the final boss. Now, you're supposed to actually have to beat the levels to progress further in the game, but we have some big skips coming up, so stay tuned. So now we're in Manic Mines. This is one of the longest levels in the game, and that's actually because it's 2 levels in one. This hub only has 2 platforming levels, and every other hub has 3. And that's because the 3rd level in this hub never really got finished. And so what they had, they just squished it into this level. That's why this level has 2 mazes instead of 1 like every other level. It's really bizarre. All right, so, I missed that minecart. So coming up is, I'll explain why ledges are terrible. So there's this one square ledge that I'm gonna try and jump to with this box. Okay, I didn't die. It's extremely easy to die there. So the way the ledge grab in this game works is it's possible to jump too far to grab the ledge and not far enough to make the jump. And if you do that, you'll just bonk the ledge and fall down and die. I don't know why that's a mechanic. It's absolutely terrible. And it makes it really easy to just die. So on some jumps like that, I'll intentionally try and aim short to grab the ledge because it's way easier than just trying to make the jump. All right, coming up here, we have a cool strat that I actually don't do in runs because it's really stupid, but this is a marathon, so we're gonna go for it. It doesn't lose that much time if I fail it because there's a checkpoint right here, but it looks pretty sweet if I get it, so let's see if we can do this. Oh, that was terrible. My hand slipped off the controller. So I won't go for it again because lives are at a premium in this game. So what I tried to do there was I tried to out of bounds into this water section. I would have ended up at the bottom, and that saves like 5 seconds or something, but it's really hard because you have to kind of aim upright at a specific time because part of that wall has collision, and if you bump into the part that has collision, you'll get pushed away and you can't make it. All right, end section of this level is pretty important. I want to get this switch bounce. That's fine. There's a backup here. So the switch bounce is more important because it gives me another shot at the boost at the top of this section, which is the most important of these. But that's fine because I'll just get it first try. Told you. So that damage boost up to the key saves about a minute. The way you're intended to get that key is you're supposed to come over here and spawn a banana and then run all the way back and open that door, which causes the platform up there to fall down. Okay, so this is Chomp Chomp, the pack dog, Franker Z. I'm gonna get this health refill because again, health is really important in the next level. All right, so coming up we have Space Race. This is a contender for best level in the game. This whole world, really, the space world are generally considered, the best levels in the game because they're really fun to play. This is another level where I'll be getting the Pac-Man letters because I'll be using that glitch to skip another level later. But I'll just let the movement in this level speak for itself. You can read a couple donations before I get to the end.
Okay, we have $20 from Elbert Gooddoe. Yellow Ball, count me in. I was waiting for Joester all week, so keep those donations coming and good job, fam. $25 from Infernal Translator. From Twitch chat to Joester98. We can totally see your hands demolish that D-pad.
I'm glad you can, because the APM in this game is pretty high.
$25 from Shadowrock. Hello, GDQ. First time not only donating, but for anything on Twitch. Let's go late night crew and let's pet those dogs. All
right, so coming up here, we have a pretty creative skip. So this version of this skip was known about for a while to skip over this fence, but if you do this right, you can just bounce on this wall and get through here, and get this letter. It saves like 30 seconds or something. And then I can just use that again. Oh, that was a terrible spot. There we go, and get over the fence. Okay, so I have full health here, which is really good. I have to take at least 1 damage boost here, so to get that bell. Some people think this is a pear. It's actually a bell. Although a bell is definitely not a fruit. I don't know why it's in the game, but I didn't make it, so don't ask me. All right. So that's Space Race. Again, I'm gonna go into the bonus here and just exit out. So now, one of the kind of scary parts about running this at a marathon is I did a different level order earlier in the run so that I didn't have to play a level deathless. I can't do that here, so I have to not die in this level or it's really, really bad. Fortunately, this level is not particularly hard, although I have died here before, so let's just not die. That's gonna be my plan.
Good plan.
It's also got a really good music here, so. Again, I'm grabbing a bunch of extra lives. If you game over in this game, you go back to the title screen. It's very, very punishing, so game overing is just like an absolute, you cannot do this, so. I'm also not gonna be saving this whole run, so again, game overing would be terrible, but it's pretty unlikely now that I've gotten out of the early game levels. All right, so you're supposed to use a elevator to climb this section, but with some creative platforming, you can just skip all of that. That platform is actually incredibly easy, but you have to get up here to hit this switch to hit another switch, which gives you the key at the bottom. There we go. And then I have to climb back up and save Professor Pac, who's our third friend. And coming up after this, we have the first really big skip in the run. So when I ran this game at SGDQ 2017, I lost like 2.5 minutes to this skip. And then about 24 hours later, we found a consistent setup for it. So we're gonna see that now. And big shout outs to Nitrofski on the couch behind me. He helped me find this setup at like 5 in the morning or something in the casual room. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna clip into the corner here. If I can get some kind of bobbing movement here, let's see. Come on.
Just for those who didn't see the run back in 2017, the strat used to be to just walk into the wall until it let you through, which was extremely inconsistent.
There we go.
And a run breaker.
So I don't think anyone ever actually timed how much that skip saves, but it's on the order of 5 minutes. So, because it allows me to not have to beat a boatload of levels. And so I'm skipping this level instead of the first level in the previous world, which may seem odd because that's just extra overworld movement, but this level is actually way longer than the first level in the funhouse, so I skip that and then do this level instead. Which is nice because this level is just better than the other one anyways. This level also looks really cool if you're on any sort of substance, so enjoy. But again, there's not much, this level, the movement is really fluid. It's one of my favorite levels in this run. So again, I'll just let the movement in this level speak for itself until I show a funny glitch at the end, and you can read a few more donations.
Sure thing. We have $50 from Corundum Core 61. Hey again, Joester. Good luck from the Speedruns Rochester crew back home. Looking forward to some fast, zigzagging action.
Shout-outs again to the Speedrun Rochester crew. They donated during Mort the Chicken as well. They're a bunch of really cool people, so check them out.
$25 from Metal Slugbort. Donated because of PacDog. Oh, and because of the awesome speedrun from Joester and his infinite knowledge of all things Yellow Ball related. Key get.
My knowledge of this game is unfortunately extremely deep.
$25 from Shagon that says, "You pet that dog right now."
I wish you could pet the dog in this game actually, but it is unfortunately not possible.
Yeah, if you come close to him, he just disappears.
Yeah, he says like, woof, woof, go beat the bad guy, and then disappears, or something like that. I don't actually remember what he says. All right, so coming up at the end here, there's a funny glitch that actually loses a bunch of time, but it's cool, so I'm gonna show it off anyways. So this being a funhouse, there are a bunch of mirrors at the top of this level. And if you look in it, you get a distorted image. But if you actually get inside of the mirror, the character model is the one that gets distorted instead of your image in the mirror, and it looks really funny. So we're gonna take some time and do this. So I just got to get up here. And so if I get in here now, the model is the one that's distorted. You get some really funny animations. All right, that's it for that level. So again, I got all the letters in this level, so that's gonna let me skip another level. Which is convenient, because the levels in the factory, which is the 5th world, only the 3rd level has the key and the friend. And the first 2 levels are pretty long, especially the second one is actually one of the longer levels in the game, just in general. So it's really convenient that this glitch exists and we can skip them. This level also has one of the better songs in the game, so it's unfortunate we don't get to hear much of it, but what are you gonna do? All right, now coming up, we have the worst level in the game in any sense, casually, speedrun, just as an observer of the game, this level is terrible. So if you watched my run of this back at 2017, you know that we did a strat in this level that involved opening the disc tray on the console. To do a skip, and after we found some stuff, we decided, hey, we probably shouldn't allow that anymore. So you cannot open the disc tray on your console anymore. It's been a while since I've died to that. And so you have to do an alternative strategy, and the problem with this alternative strategy is that it doesn't work. So this could take anywhere from like 10 seconds to 2 minutes, and there's no real telling what will happen. Hopefully it goes well though. So there's a door coming up that I just need to clip through. It saves about 1.5 minutes if you get it. So you essentially have to go for it, because again, this isn't a very long game, so the 1.5 minutes is absolutely necessary. So here we go. Let's hope this goes well. I'm sure it won't, but let's just hope. That was absolutely terrible. Sometimes you can get stuck in midair for absolutely no reason. There we go, that was pretty good. All right, I'm gonna go for a blind YOLO jump here. Let's see if we can get it. Oh, I didn't get it. So in that black screen, it's the only one in the game, you can actually move before you respawn. So I was trying to jump up here before the level loaded in. I've actually never successfully done that before, but I thought I would try it. I got really, really close in the practice room a couple hours ago, but in any event. All right, So coming up, this is going to be the last route difference from a world record attempt. So if I was going for the world record, which thankfully I'm not because I would not beat it, I would be getting the Pac-Man letters in this level. That saves about 25 seconds. The problem with doing that is that I would have to play the next level without dying, and the next level is extremely difficult. So it's just way better to get the letters in the next level instead. You can also read off a few donations while I go through this level. I'm actually going to be collecting a few letters just for a terrible meme. But you can just read off some donations while I go through this.
All right, sounds good. We have $25 from Bam Bam. Loved this game as a wee lad. Thanks for demolishing it. Also, let's get some money towards that Dark Souls glitch exhibition, which we are currently sitting at $3,000 out of our $60,000 goal. So if you do want to see that, get those donations in. $75 from Mean Bob. Always enjoy to watch GDQ with those amazing runners. Really looking forward to the Diablo 2 run. Even though I'm donating towards it, never forget, there is no cow level. $25 from Drew Linky. Joester, watching Pac-Man flip out all over the place from zigzagging was unexpectedly hilarious. Thank you for making me physically laugh at 3:30 in the morning. Good luck on your run.
I'm happy you enjoy it. If you really want to see hilarious movement, watch the tasks of this game. All right, so you may have noticed that I just collected the letters AMA, and so I'm going to do a shameless self-plug that there will be an AMA on Reddit after this run, so check it out. All right, so coming up here, we have a very difficult 3D jump. Let's see if we can get it. Easy. And I'm at 2 health, which is perfect because I'm gonna want to do a death abuse here because it's much easier to cross this platform without having to worry about being careful than to actually go slow back and forth. So I grab the checkpoint on the other side and then death abuse and then go back. Don't forget this key. I have forgotten that before when I started learning this game. It's very bad. That's like a 5-minute mistake. All right, so coming up, I'm gonna go for the 1 cycle on these platforms, which means I'm just gonna cross this without stopping. These platforms are actually the reason I'm running the American version of the game. So this last set moves slower on the Japanese version, so you have to wait here for a few seconds. But you can just get on top of this last set with some precise platforming and jump all the way across. And that's that.
The American version was the first release of the game, and apparently it was too hard, so they added a few things and made some things slower in the US version. They also removed enemies, which in some cases makes some skips harder to achieve, or impossible. I don't think there's anything impossible, actually, but...
No, I don't think so. There's just a couple things that are different. All right, so this is Spin Dizzy. If you've played this game casually, you probably have no fond memories of this level whatsoever, because it's absolutely terrible. There are so many rotating platforms. I'm going to skip making most of them rotate with some creative scenery abuses because a lot of the geometry around here is solid. I'm low on lives, so I'm going to try and make this back. I'm probably going to die here. Oh, I didn't. Okay, that's fine. So getting back there is actually way harder than going forward. Maybe it's just because I'm not used to it. Oh, darn. You can actually recover that, but I rolled off the pipe instead, so. Okay. There we go. All right, so I'm being careful here because I really don't want to die, and B, this is like the worst place to die left in the run, because if you die after you spawn that letter, it disappears and you have to exit and re-enter the level, which is not good. Okay, I have another extra life, so now I'm not going to game over. So there's a mechanic, I've used that a few times, I haven't really mentioned, it's the dot throw. So if you have a pack dot, you just press circle and you throw it and it breaks something. It's useful for breaking boxes because it's a little faster than bouncing on them. But not all levels you can actually just get dots that are in your way. So this is just one level where you can, so it just kind of works out really nicely. So this section, there's a bunch of hammers that you're supposed to make move. Except that's terrible, so we're just gonna skip it and just grab the wall here and shout outs to Sky. Yeah, so Sky is I guess the OG from this game. He tasked this game 2 years before anyone ever did a run RTA, and found a boatload of the stuff in this run, including the setup for a skip that you're going to see coming up. So huge shout outs to him. He's a really cool guy. Check him out. So right there, while I was just talking, I did a huge sequence break. So all of these platforms are supposed to be rotating. There's like a little extra platforming section you're supposed to do. Also, there's a checkpoint there on the Japanese version, because this area is way too hard without one. But I skip making them rotate. It's way easier. Also, this wall has no collision. So you can just skip that. There's another one of those in this level coming up. So, also terrible checkpoint design here. So here's a checkpoint after like a minute of gameplay, and here's another checkpoint after like 3 seconds of gameplay. So whoever designed that, I have some questions. All right, so this wall doesn't exist either. So you can get back there. Uh-oh, all right, I'm not gonna make this cycle anymore, but that's fine. So we'll just have to wait here while this platform comes down. This vertical climb section can be annoying because there's enemies going around on these upper levels. Also, the fire hitting you just like locks you in place. It's really obnoxious. If you hit the fire in the wrong place, you actually get stuck and just instantly killed. So hopefully that doesn't happen, because that would be really bad. I'm actually gonna wait it out here just so it doesn't happen. All right, so now coming up, we have what is definitely the hardest skip in this game, or in this run rather, and it's to skip into the final world. So again, this was a trick that we used to open the tray on the console for, but like a day after my run of this a couple years ago, Sky came in with a setup to actually do it without doing that, and so that's what I'm gonna be doing here. So this trick is pretty precise, so I'm gonna need to focus for it. Because it involves very precise out-of-bounds movement and a finicky clip to get out of bounds to start with. So let's see.
Like many things in this game, if you just insist very hard, the game will eventually give you it.
Nope.
Walls are only suggestions.
Yeah. So can we clip in here?
I'd also like to note that Pac-Man's mouth sticks in front of the ledge.
Yeah, I did that on the skip through the wall too. Come on. Okay. That's the easy part, whoever clapped. Nope. I gotta back up a little bit. Nice, okay.
So if he had died there, the game would have crashed.
Yeah, so dying there crashes the game, so really happy I didn't die there. All right, so now, again, I normally would play that level if I wasn't being super risky, but we're gonna skip it. That saves a couple minutes. So now we're into the home stretch of the run. There's only about 5 minutes left. So this is Creepy Catacombs. This level, I think, perfectly nails the aesthetic for like kind of a spooky cemetery graveyard feel, especially with the music and the ambiance and everything going on here. It's generally one of, I think, the best designed levels in the game. And it has a fairly big skip coming up called Underground Skip. So I'm gonna skip into this underground cave section by just jumping behind it and then falling back into it. Nice. Oh, I got the good skip too. Okay. So I also fell past the loading trigger to load this section of the level in, which is important because that is a little faster. So this chrome ball is really important because it lets me run under these crusher things. If you don't have this, these all hit you. That was nice. That spider can just easily kill you if you jump at the wrong time. So, but I have a strat where if you run into the back wall for a second, he just never hits you, which is really convenient. All right. And coming up, we have well, first of all, a convenient full health refill, so I can just tank damage there without worrying about it. We have a skip to get this key. There's like 800 different strats to do this. That's the fast one. And then I can get out using this enemy, like that. Yeah, there are a lot of ways. You can still get out of there even if you kill the enemy. It's not that hard, but the enemy is the faster strat. Also, shout-outs to the world record that died there, and I'm still really upset about it on those coffins. All right, so I'm gonna do specific movement here so that these steam cycles will line up so that I won't get hit, and I can just blitz through here. I'm using audio cues on the elevators to know when to jump off. After you hear 2 revs, that's when you can jump to the next one, and you can make it. It's pretty tight, but you can still make it. Love the rain on the white screen there for no reason. All right, this is the final platforming level. This is Grave Danger. One of the problems with the US version of this game, and in just this game in general, is that depth perception is not good. And in this level, it's really taken to the extreme. On the Japanese version, they actually fixed a lot of the camera angles in this game, which is nice. But for the US version, you'll just die repeatedly in this level because you can't tell where anything is in the foreground. But I've been playing this game for a while, so I won't die. I say as I almost die. Okay. All right, so these clouds, in particular, like there's no way to know where those are without dying repeatedly on trying to get it. Okay, so there is, I will mention this since Nitrof is on the couch, there is a really stupid jump you can do to clear this gap. It is not possible with the controller I'm using. Also, I didn't even realize I had 2 HP there. Nice. It is not possible RTA with the controller I'm using. The controller I'm using does not have analog sticks, and that skip requires analog for RTA. One of the things I didn't mention was zigzagging, is if you use both analog sticks on your controller at the same time, you go twice as fast. It's extremely awkward to control though, so no one does it. All right, so this is Miss Pac-Man. She's our last friend. Again, I don't even need to beat this level. I just have to save her and then exit. And now we can go to the final boss, Pac-Man. So this guy killed me the last time, so let's get some revenge and not die. He can still kill me, even like sometimes it's out of your control. He can kill you, but we'll see. This fight has 3 phases. The first phase, he's gonna throw a bunch of dots at me, and I throw them back at him. All right, it's a good start. So if you have 10 dots and you hold the dot throw button, you can throw like a power bomb. This is really good so far. He can take 1, 3, or 5 steps between attacks. This is insanely good, actually, so far. Of course he does that. So sometimes he just throws no dots at all. That's just, as far as I know, completely random. Okay. So now that we're on to phase 2, where I have to bounce on his head. You're supposed to wait for a bunch of stairs to come up to bounce on his head, but his hitbox is low enough that you can hit him from the floor like that. So I'm just gonna do this like 5 or 6 times, and he'll just get more and more aggressive as I go. And this will just be like a whole lot of zigzagging. And I think you can hit him as soon as the lightning starts to attract him to the middle of the room, so I can hit him pretty early. All right. 1 more of these, and then we're on to phase 3. So the start of phase 3 is where he can kill me. He can just send me flying off the arena. There's not much I can do about it, so let's just hope that doesn't happen. Okay. So now phase 3, this strat where you rev into him early, I got from a Let's Play, so shout outs to that. And none of the other runners knew this. Also, time is coming up very soon. It'll be when I hit him the last time. That was weird. I almost didn't hit him there. All right, get ready on time. And time. Yes. All right, so the cutscene in this game is not quite up to the tier of Mort the Chicken, but this cutscene is great, so I'm just gonna shut up and let you guys enjoy this one.
It's so unfair. You ruined everything. Nobody loves a ghost.
So Pac-Man shows absolutely no mercy whatsoever. Press F to pay respects for Orson. All right, so again, 55%. It's 54% if you do the other level route, but 55% there. All right, so that's Pac-Man World. Thanks for watching. While I give shout-outs, I'll just play the credits. So again, shout-outs to GDQ for letting me run this game again. I was really not super thrilled with the time I got when I ran this the last time. And so I'm glad to be able to come back a couple years later with a lot more knowledge of the game and to really put down a solid run. Shout-outs to my couch here. Shout-outs to everyone who's awake at this ungodly hour yet again. Again, shout-outs to the whole Pac-Man community. If you want to learn this game, and I know you do, because it's criminally underran. I think there's only like 10 times on the leaderboards, and 7 of them are from 3 years ago or more. You go to speedrun.com/PMW. That's the leaderboard page for this game. There's a Discord link there. Join the Discord, not only for this game, but for all the other games. I do have some tutorials for this game. I will be making more in the coming weeks. I said I was going to make them last week, but I'll just commit to it now in front of 100,000 people so they all bully me. So that's all I really have. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was a pretty solid run, 32:30. The record is 29:25. It's a pretty crazy run, so please go check that out. Also check out the other categories in this game because they're really good. Particularly 100% is a fun watch. Thanks again to GDQ for having me. And again, thanks for watching. Stay tuned for Sly Cooper. So we're going from the Pack Attack to the Rack Attack. So stay tuned for more of the PlayStation Nation, everyone.
An excellent run by Joester98 of Pac-Man World. Coming up, we have Sly Cooper and the Thievius Raccoonus, but before that, we are going to play a short Twitch ad, and we will return then. Welcome back to Summer Games Done Quick 2019, benefiting Doctors Without Borders, powered by Twitch. We had a few donations roll in during the Pac-Man World Run, so let's see what you had to say. We have $25 from Anonymous. Love seeing Pac-Man jittering like he has a cup of coffee to stay up for the late night block. Good luck on the rest of the run. $25 from Anonymous. Pac-Man's shape sort of resembles something. Orb. Thank you. $50 from Totten. Joester's Pac-Man run is so smooth. Thank you, The Couch and SGDQ, for being so awesome. And $5 from Merkaz that says, hey Joe, just remember if things go badly, just zigzag more. Good luck, bud. Special shout out to one of our sponsors, Team Meat. Super Meat Boy Forever, the sequel to the indie mega hit Super Meat Boy by Team Meat, is coming in 2019 for Nintendo Switch, Epic Game Store, Xbox One, and PlayStation 1. For updates, follow their Twitter at Super Meat Boy or join their Discord at discord.gg/teammeat. We had a special donation from Don Chromatic, $5, that says, "Hey, this is the baker at the Caribou next door to the hotel that the event is at, and just want to say how awesome it is to watch you guys early in the morning, and what you're doing for Doctors Without Borders is awesome." Thank you. They're watching, y'all. We have $50 from Mortis. Fantastic Mario run. Been watching all week and driving my girlfriend insane. Now she's super excited for that Mario run, so bring on the D2 secret cow level. Moo moo. And currently we are at about 4,000 of our goal of $40,000 for the Diablo 2 LOD secret cow level, so get those donations in if you'd like to see that. I know I do. We have $100 from Deadfire813. This donation is in honor of my grandma and grandpa as the first female EMS EMT in North Dakota. My grandma ran an ambulance service with my grandfather until his passing and continued to work as a nurse well into her 80s. My grandparents loved helping people and loved being medics, so here's hoping this goes towards helping someone in need. My grandpa especially loved dogs, so let's get them pets. All right, and it looks like they are all set up for Sly Cooper, so let's give it up for ZenPro.
Alrighty.